Okay. Top up a little harder on the meat. And there's the other wood. Does not weigh that much. Okay, I need to see about getting about getting better axes. If I'm gonna be doing this much axe work, then I need something better. Okay, we'll head over here to Nargnak first. Offload there, then we'll pop over to the other place. Okay. Over here. Union of the Haters. My god, the haters have unionized. Do none of you have fucking jobs? I probably can make without my enchanted gear. My god. That is kind of ridiculous. Put a comma there. There's over 100,000 bits of meat. Over 110,000 bits of meat. Over 115,000 bits of meat. That's ridiculous. Okay, yeah, they buy it for a little under what the other thing said. So it's very damn handy for working out where the hell I need to go. They aren't that interested in mahogany. So there's 7 grand. Yeah. The other thing, getting a level 2 settlement is seeming more and more likely. But yeah, I'll probably retire my guy and get his successor. Retire my guy and get his successor the moment necromancy becomes a thing, because I'm like, undead, undead, undead. I'm excited. Wait, what? Oh, Keep no longer gives a damn about mahogany. I suppose I did come and deliver a lot of it. Okay, this won't tell me the prices since there's no mahogany in the chest. Maybe I should set up camp in there. Apparently there's 12,831 bits of food here. So mahogany up here. Bernestavasa. Aranoline? Okay, over there. It's not that bad. I don't think anyone travels at the speed I do. I could sell mahogany over there, sure. Actually. Anything else they're interested in? Apparently they can sell meat well. Can't wait till I can just send off caravans. I wonder if caravans can get attacked. That 522 on that. Extra 540 quid. Now I could buy more elven wood at that price. It's not bad really. It's not much more than my own settlement would charge for it. It's not as nice as it could be. I'm gonna head down and check out my home settlement. See if the family has anything of note. If they don't, then I may just set up my own family and see if I can marry anyone. Beautiful. I wish you could set it to always enter from the south, and alternatively, I wish you could set a village center, so you could always enter from the center village and not have to wander up, you know, like you do in the normal settlement. Barrel. Monk's Temple. I've never been there. I don't think. I remember one of the camps in the game was easy to deal with. There was a big game hunter camp, and then there was a few other types of camp, and one was fine to deal with, the other not so much. And I'm scared to find out what was what. That kind of sucks. Hopo Games is kind of shuttered their doors. Ton of their devs are now working at Valve. It's like, it's an immense thing. Like, hats off to them. Like, I don't think there's many game devs out there that wouldn't have jumped at that opportunity. I can't blame them for it. It just basically, I just, ooh, I like their games, and for now, Hopo Games is, you know, closing their doors, so we aren't going to see anything else from them. But the fact that Valve is after grabbing a dev says that Valve might be, you know, up to something. That's interesting. That's interesting. Oh, they got the mahogany back! Yes! But then again, Elvenwood is actually worth more. Yeah, Elvenwood's worth more. The mahogany logs are actually no, maybe the logs are better value. The Elvenwood goes for 26 apiece, while the mahogany logs goes for 14 apiece. One thing though, you can get 4 to 5 planks per mahogany log. So each mahogany log becomes like 60 something, 60 something, 80. 4 or 5 logs a piece. That's a lot of money. So yeah, I'm gonna buy as much as I can of both of them. I just wish my place was closer. Jesus, I had enough money. Barely, but I had enough. I'm running on food. I'll be fine. There we go. I'm gonna be dropping mahogany logs for a long time. And that sounds funny out of context. Oh, that's magnificent. But yeah, I didn't expect Hopo to close their doors. Apparently they're working on some game called Snail that they have put to bed for now. If they ever open their doors again, then they'll probably go back to work on it. Probably. You never know. But, but yeah, if they ever, you know, reopen their doors, they'll, I guess, might go back to work on it. I am curious to see what it was, because they came out with Gunpoint, they came out with Risk of Rain, they came out with two good games. Two fun games. And I'm curious to see what else they're going to do. Okay, that's enough food on me. Mahogany. There was one light novel I remember seeing a bit of before. I can't remember what it's called fully, but it's a Nichaso Loving Otaku. Basically, there's a channel or like a time bracket on a channel by that name, or probably I'm mispronouncing it, but moving on. And it's like all tokusatsu stuff. They may have Precure on it, Pretty Cure on it. They may have Dawn Brothers. They'll have Kamen Rider. They'll have all this kind of shows on it. Tokusatsu. Yeah, they'll have all forms of like tokusatsu on it. And the story follows a guy who he saw an episode of it as he's leaving the house to go to town. I think he's just going to shops or something. But he sees a kid being held at knife point, or being going to be attacked by a street slasher. So he gets involved and saves the kid, but dies in front of him. He wakes up and he's in the body of a guy in a fancy world. The guy was a brute, and he's just after losing a duel to a guy. And the dude has the same name as the main guy, though his surname is Clay, at least for the next 5 minutes, till the father arrives and throws him out of the family. The dude's name is Hugo, and people are like, that's a combination of the name of the guy from Kamen Rider. Godai Yusuke. Hugo. And he even references Kuga's team in Begin From Zero. Edward starts singing the team at one point. It's like the whole thing is just a big reference and love letter to Tokusatsu. To these shows that will be on that channel or bracket or whatever it is. It's all just a reference to them. It's beautiful. Big fan. Big fan. Like, the first enemy he fights is basically, the monsters in it are kind of unique in that you may have a gobby here, but now it's got possessed by a spider monster, and so it's a goblin-spider fusion. It's a goblin, but now it can shoot web. It's got extra eyes, maybe some spider legs growing off it. It can shoot, and I said it can shoot web. You know, it's a fusion monster. First enemy he fights is a spider monster. In Kamen Rider, one of the first enemies most Kamen Riders fight is a spider. It's an homage to the very original enemy Hongo fights, Spider-Man. Next enemy Hongo fights is Batman. That's literally what they're called. But, yeah. And then the Shinomori goes on to make Tokusatsu Spider-Man. Shinomori's the guy who does Kamen Rider. Did Kamen Rider. He passed away before Kuga came out. He worked on it, but he didn't get to see it release. The guy worked a lot. Seeing people blame his early passing on that. I can't speak one way or the other, but it's sad to hear all the same, you know? Kamen Rider have been on hiatus for ages, and they bring it back with Kuga, and it means us to get to see it. Similarly, it's a shame the actor who played Kuga isn't actually found in Tokusatsu, apparently. The, director and whatnot were able to keep him around for the show, but he doesn't want to come back. Just not his thing. Which is, you know, fair enough. It's just a shame because I really liked him as Kuga. Or it's Godai. Godai is like a puppy, you know? You turn like a lab into a human, that's just Godai for you. Like, he just the character's like, just wanders the world, making people smile. He's just like, a lot of the writers are like, yeah, he's awesome, and you know, like, want to, you know, fight alongside Ryder, or you know, cheer him on. With Kuga, he's such a puppy. You almost want to go ahead of him and trash the enemies. Like, how dare you take his smile? He's just a puppy. He's precious. But there's one scene in it that if you've been on Twitter and the right circles, you've certainly seen a Kuga's run. He like runs at a guy and tackles him through a window. Kamen Rider shows have been surprisingly dark for kids programming. Like back in the 70s, they had Kamen Rider X where kids jumped off buildings. They were mind controlled by the enemy into believing that they could fly, hypnotized. And so they jump off a building thinking this bat towel will let them fly. Then they slap off the ground. It's not particularly gory, it's, you know, questionable 70s acting, or questionable acting, but, and you know, it's campy. But as a kid, you would fill in the blanks. In Sky Rider, they have outright suicide bombers in the streets in one episode. Human bombs are referred to as. And this is in your programming aimed at 8-year-olds. Live action programming aimed at them. It's just like I'm thinking back to like what I would have seen as a kid, and there would have been nothing like that on TV. I'm not saying it's particularly like, oh, this is dark and edgy, but it's just heavier than I would have expected from a kid show. Of, you know, a live action kid show. The ones I've seen are like fucking Bala and Mori that are really placid, shall we say. You know? They aren't you know they aren't anything heavy, you know? It's brainless, you know, it's very simple programming, you know? So Kamen Rider ends up kind of shocking when you compare it to that. Or I remember seeing Power Rangers as a kid. Power Rangers that I saw as a kid never had anyone die, other than the Monster Week. But people die constantly in the other stuff. So it's, yeah, it's just different. That's all. But I can't remember where I was going with this. But yeah, that's light novel was saying. It's just basically a love letter to Kamen Rider. It's a love letter to it. And other things. I've seen some people claiming there's a later on chapter in it that was named in reference to Precure. Like the title was named in reference to it. Then there's some like upgrade he wants to get that he doesn't get because he wanted a drill kick. And the character's like, I don't think I could work it on the foot, but on the hand, yeah. A drill kick was the move of another rider. So the whole thing is just a reference to various riders and whatnot. I remember seeing one line where he contemplates using his like power armor to like, oh yeah, the guy gets sent off to a magical world. He's the body's just after losing a duel. The father comes and kicks him out of the family. He takes it in stride, sleeping in a tent on the school grounds. And the little brother actually did like his big brother. It's possible the original big brother, while being nice to him, had ill intent in mind, but the little brother doesn't know that. He just looks up to his big bro, and the other guy tries to be worried about that, basically. but the little brother gives him a old suit of armor that he's able to get more out of it than he should be able to. Like, it's the previous tier magic weapon. Now people just have, like, a weapon that they focus their power into, but these suits cover the full body. And he's excited. Well, the little brother's just like, sorry, it's not on better. He's excited because he gets to henshin, and he even strikes the pose and like naming his moves and all this. He's getting into it. He's in love. I'm gonna be at this for a while yet, but it's the downside to getting all these logs. But don't worry, folks. This is the last time. I'm probably gonna make such a profit that I'm never going to have to, like, I'm probably never gonna have to run this again. But yeah, he's in love. He's geeking out. It's cool. But fuck. That badger wanted to die, apparently. But I can't remember where I'm going with this. But yeah, he gets a power armor, and later on he's like debating, like, "Ooh, should I use this to help out?" Like part of him was thinking, like, I could use the power armor to help out with the, this work on the farm I'm helping with. But then he's like, no, I should do this to sweat my own brow, and refuses. No, not that he had it with him in the first place, but yeah, not that he had it with him in the first place, but when he's like thinking about it, he remembers some common rider or Don Butcher's character or whatever, that he was apparently a part-timer that did use his henshin to get his work done. Like, did use his transformation to get work done. So, like, he's like, well, there was that one part-timer, but he's an exception. Like, the rest of the heroes wouldn't do it, so it goes against the spirit of them. So, like, the whole thing is just riddled with references. If you've seen a ton of that stuff, you're just like picking up references. I remember seeing another one. Some office lady comes home from work. She's overworked to hell. She's looking forward to seeing the new episode of Kamen Rider. I can't remember how they danced around saying the name, but yeah, she's looking forward to seeing the new episode, and as she's walking in the door, she collapses and dies just inside her door. She's whisked off to a magical world, and when she's there, she's just thinking, what would so-and-so do? And you see their faces appear with like a black bar over the eyes. So she's just like what would Hongo do? And it's just funny to me. Oh god, I still have so much to caught up. Jesus Christ. But yeah, she's like in a fantasy setting. There's orcs, there's elves, there's whatever, and she's just like, what would Hongo do? I think their names are censored a bit You know, like their eyes are, but if you know, you know. God, there's a 630. There's 163 more. God, if there's over 600, I wouldn't be doing this. This is terrible enough. I just saw money and I didn't think of all the work. But yeah, if you can watch some Kamen Rider, I do heartily recommend it. It's fun. I haven't gotten to see anything else though. I haven't seen any Super Sentai or anything like that. Most I've seen is whatever appeared in Power Rangers. I've also been watching a bit of Hunter the Parenting as of late. I'm also liking their zero viscosity stuff. That's good. $125 more. But yeah, Hunter the Parenting is good. I'm currently on the one where they're trying to find the mole. Maybe halfway through. And 6. If you do have time, folks, be sure to check out my mum's Twitch account. She does also have a YouTube account. Both are called Freya of Rivia. She likes Witcher a lot. We joke that Geralt's her husband, though. Or husbandu. That, yeah. It's just a joke. I have a cat called Nero, so we often end up telling Nero that, when Mum's playing Witcher and Geralt's on screen, like, there's Granddaddy. Because if Nero's my cat, and so, you know, my kitten, then my mum's his grandma. Nero's precious. He's honestly like a little kid. Like the other pets don't look at the screen. They have no interest. No matter what's playing, unless it's really unusual, they won't pay the slightest heed to it. But Nero will actually watch it and be interested. He'll actually, on some level, be taking it in. He's a clever kitty. Not necessarily saying he's understanding it like we would. Nah, he's not that good. But he is a clever cat. He seems to actually be able to perceive what's on the monitor. Like others, pets that we've had have just it's like they're being repulsed as if it's a magnet. So you can he ends up having his own favorite shows, favorite channels, his favorite presenters. of course, then he'll see the bucket of coal and go over and talk to it. He really likes black things. He seems to believe they're kin. Well, that's what we've been joking. He's a little black kitty. So. We believe he's a little bit of brain damage. We found him as a babe out on the street, and when we found him, he'd actually already taken a bout to the head. One of the muscles in his eye was fucked up. He can't fully judge the distance in front of him because of it. You'll see him with his paw, like seeing where the water in the bowl is. He'll be judging it with his paw. If he's going to make a jump, he'll have his paw out in front trying to gauge the distance, which is all very smart. But sometimes he'll look at us as if he doesn't ID us, doesn't recognize us, and he may run in fear. But then he may be perfectly friendly other times. So he's very fighty. He also doesn't know what to do with food sometimes. Mum threw him a bit of chicken fat before, and he wouldn't bite it. He was just lick, and he eventually got tired of it and walked away. Started batting it with his paw at one point, but it got stuck on his nails as he doesn't fully put them away, and he's there like, get off! Meanwhile, Zen is like, arf, 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 and going ham on her chunk of chicken fat. Or maybe it was chicken skin, I can't remember. It just, it wasn't the actual meat of it. 16 left. I don't know how long I've been at this, but I'm kind of done my head in, so we need to make some progress. We are done. Speaking of Hunter the parenting, I really don't like that anime girl. She's really fucking annoying. She's probably meant to be, but God, I dislike her. It was great seeing her and Kitten bickering, and her getting the worst of it, and feeling like shit. She annoys me. Jesus Christ. And here I was worried about making the 10 grand. It's fine. No idea how much this is all gonna weigh, but sure. I can carry a good 1014 with next to no supplies. So, where to? Early on? Early on it is. That'll be fun. Actually, over here, let's get some water. I'll be clear though, the anime girl might grow on me, but just in the few encounters we've had, she's just been really annoying. Again, it's probably intentional, but... that doesn't make her less annoying. Trade goods. Bonk, 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 bonk. We've got our 10 grand right here, folks. Of course, the population 0 and 10,000 wealth from your stash. Cannot do it from here. I must go now. I must go now. My upgrade needs me. I was saying before about some of Mum's Twitch account there, and we were also joking about her being married to Geralt. Having it down on these things, saying married to Geralt, that's kind of my joke. I was like trying to help her come up with a name. That's been some stumping her for ages, and I suggested that, and I suggested, Freya of Rivia, and gave her a suggestion on the description. Married to Geralt was part of it. She was like, sure. Awesome. To bring it to level 3 requires a population of 100 and 100,000 wealth. That'll be very easy. But, let's get people. Let's get people. Let's get people. And eventually I will cease being Darren or a den, whatchamacallit, but that won't be for a bit. I want to bilk the home family for as much as they're worth. That's to migrate. Family of 5. Oh, that was easy. Hard to your party, max. Ugh. Don't tease me. Okay, I think I have more than enough. May have grabbed too many. Excuse me, I've got to starve my way back. One, two, three. I've 6 military and 11 people. Half my pop is military. I don't think that... Ooh, wait. What trees are these? Maple. Okay, nice. Half my pop is that, but... I'm a little concerned for that. Awesome. Skin. Good, I can stop starving to death now. Part of me feels I got into this unprepared. Unoccupied, unoccupied, unoccupied. Buildings have no buildings. Okay. Mahogany. Can only send 100 at a time to a place. Send it. Why do you have to insist upon being military? Why don't you for other jobs? Anyway. Okay. Let's go look at the Discord. Um, maybe half six. Discord, yes. I couldn't remember. I was getting distracted by the WoW Discord I'm in. Okay, maybe that's why. Hmm. 14 produced, consumed that much. Rotten. Ugh. Hmm. Okay. I don't know how you establish a place. Establish a building.